Yeah. Hey, KJ. How is that kind of wearing on you? I mean, no matter what happens, you guys play these crazy close games down to the wire, and you sometimes let teams back in it. And what maybe looked like a routine victory last night, obviously, with anything but.
I feel like we don't really think about it like too much, as far as it wearing on us. We just try to go out there and play, every Sunday, every Thursday, every Monday, whatever time we're playing, and just try to execute. So having that all these games keep coming down to the wire. We try to, it's not how it's designed. Obviously maybe we not may not want it to be that way. Coming to overtimes or last possessions, or we had a big lead last night. But we roll with the punches. That's the way the game is going. We fight through adversity, and we came out with a win. So any win is a good win.
Matthew, followed by Mark.
Hey KJ, just wondering how much different the role is when you fill in for Adam versus your normal role. Like, how much of an adjustment is that for you?
It's a little bit of an adjustment. Obviously, I'm on the field for a little bit more snaps. Obviously, I'm involved in the pass game a little more. With some more targets and things like that. So I guess that would be the only two things. Just being on the field more in those base personnels with just two receivers on the field, and just a little more involved. Because of the targets. I had to step up. Because Adam was down. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. If anything, helping guys out. Dan got some snaps. Didi's out there. Amir. Just making sure we all on the same page.
Yeah, KJ, I'm just wondering what it's like for a player in the NFL the last 2 years. Just testing for COVID and wondering if you're going to be the next guy, and wondering who the next teammate's going to be to maybe get it, and what that's like when and just that whole process. What's that like from the testing to wondering who's going to be next?
Right. So I am vaccinated. So it's not something I think about, too much. We always just know, it could be next man up. We always know, somebody could pop positive. I think Harry popped, that morning, the time he was out, and it's like, boom, next man up. So I think we all understand that. And we all, have to prepare for that. Being vaccinated, obviously I'm being safe. I still wear my mask. I'm washing my hands and things like that. But so we only have to test, one time a week, which is convenient. But like, again, we all know that the world that we're living in today, and anybody could pop. So that's why we all preparing that. It could be that next man up mentality. So that's what we all prepare for.
How do you keep your personal out of that?
Personal as far as what?
In terms of your personal belief on vaccinations and who does it and who isn't doing it, and when somebody does do it, that you wind up losing in terms of missing games, and it hurts the overall team.
Right. I really haven't been asked, too much on it personally. But everybody has their own opinion, man. I was somebody who, I didn't really want to get it at first. I'm not a guy that, gets flu shots and things like that. I'm sick, I just get my medicine, pray, and drink water. Call my mom for something. She tell me something to do. I'm not a big medicine guy. But I really wasn't a big fan of it either until they started making a lot of rules for it, and so I started to do more research on it, and and I did it. I'm okay that I did it. I felt good. I've been a close contact a couple of times, so I think me getting it was a good thing. So I didn't have to miss any time or anything like that. But people have their own opinion, man. And I think that people should respect that and stand for that. And yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
Andrew, then Don.
Hey, KJ, we just heard Dalvin last night was talking about how your touchdown obviously came at such a pivotal time for both sides of the ball, the offense and the defense. I'm just curious, from your perspective, how did you notice the kind of energy that gave the sideline at a time where you really needed it?
I didn't even really realize the energy that it gave to sideline until after. Because when you're kind of just in it, you're just kind of in the flow of the game. I did realize before that, we needed a big play. We hadn't scored in a little bit. The Steelers, they had took the momentum. So, being able to get that big touchdown, get the bank rocking, get the energy back on the sideline. I noticed how big it was, after the game, but during I was still, just kind of locked in. It was still, tight, came down to the nail, but, at the end I realized, that was a big play in the big time.
KJ, what is it like when can you feel the energy of the whole US Bank Stadium when Kirk is cocking back his arm to throw the ball? We all know it's going deep. You're the guy running the route. It's almost like it's a powder keg about to explode. What is it like for the guy about to catch the ball? Can you take us through that?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's really when you hear the play call, because obviously nobody else knows what's going on, but you coming out the huddle like, all right, this place is about to erupt. But after that, you just kind of lock in and you execute. That was my first deep ball, in US Bank Stadium. That was my first touchdown in US Bank Stadium. So you would imagine it, being like, you would think the ball's in the air forever and you got time to think about it, but it wasn't like that. It was up and down, routine. Me and Kurt have been hitting on some deep balls in practice since training camp. It's kind of up and down. It's after the play where you realize, that just happened. And, again, you definitely can feel the energy though. And I've daydreamed about that moment, scoring in the bank so many times, in front of our fans, and it was everything that I dreamed of, them popping the fireworks. So that was huge, but you definitely can feel the energy. But while the play is going on, you locked in, everything is kind of quiet, and you're just playing ball.
Is it kind of surreal for you that it wasn't in slow motion, that it was just like practice until that moment that it erupted?
Right, that made me feel a little more comfortable, because some of those times, like when you get those ones where you're wide open and it's like you kind of just waiting for the ball and it almost seems like it's kind of going slow motion. But that one again, like it was Kurt threw an excellent ball. And again, like I said, the place kind of erupted. When it's almost, I was telling my cousin, it almost gets so loud in the moment, and it's like, it's on Thursday Night Football, and the first one in the bank, it's almost so loud that it gets quiet in your head. It's kind of just like, whoa, So, but it was fun, and I'm so happy I was able to get that done.
Awesome, thanks.
Chris, followed by Craig.
Yeah. Hey, KJ. I mean, what can you say about Dalvin Cook last night? I mean, coming off that injury, a lot of people wondered if he was even going to play, and then 200 yards. I mean, what kind of warrior is this guy, Dalvin?
Man, you took the words right out of my mouth. I told he's a warrior. We see them get in the huddle, during practice, because we didn't know either, earlier in the week. And we're like, oh, you playing? He said, I got y'all boys. I told him then, I'm like, you're a warrior. We're in practice and huddle. And, he's testing stuff out in the shoulder pads and everything. And, people didn't know he was going to play. And not only did he play, he came out and did what he did. He didn't come out, get 50 yards, have a on a pitch count, like, he was balling. Again, Dalvin is a warrior. He's one of the heartbeats of our team, a leader. He always can get us up and get the energy up. And so, it was so happy to have him on the field back with us again, and to do what he does and show why he's the best in the league.
When you see the attention that Justin Jefferson gets and the incredible season that he's having, and then you do what you did, okay? You make that big time play to help save the Vikings. Talk about the combination of that, seeing all the attention that Justin's getting, the pressure that he's dealing with and coming through, and then you coming through.
That's just a team. That's just a team. I know Justin is gonna get a lot of double coverage. And then even when Adam is out there, it just helps us. I just know that I have to step up. I play with two superstars, and I'm blessed to play with. So I know sometimes they're gonna get the double coverage. So Kurt has to have another option to throw it to. So that just allows me to step up. Again, like with Adam out tonight, we were joking like Justin might get triple coverage. So they're gonna make him throw it to somebody else. So it just helps me, step up, but that's what you want though. That's what you want in those moments, and in the NFL. And again, Justin is a fantastic player. So I know that he deals with a lot, and the expectations and that he has. So I'll just be out there, just trying to help him out. But I love to see how excited he gets when I score. He was really excited for me that I got my start. And again, we have a good relationship going way back to the combine. So it's fun being out there playing with him.
Hey KJ, I was curious if you're keeping that ball from that play, and then the offense really kind of seemed to struggle a little bit coming out of the bye. So I'm just wondering how you guys might offset that with kind of an extended rest period and come back not rusty.
Right. No, I did not keep that ball. I did not keep that ball. I do have the jersey though, the prime time jerseys. I do have that. And coming out the bye, I don't really think like personally, like I take it a game at a time. So I don't really feel like, rather if it's coming off a bye or, we coming off a long week or a short week, like every week is its own week. So like for me, like personally, I never feel like, you know, what's happening or the circumstances that we're in, like, is affects, how we play like the next week. Like maybe like a short week, maybe your body may be sore, but maybe on like a bye week or, something like that, every day is its own day, like it's its own Sunday. So we're just gonna go out there and do what we always do. We're gonna practice. We're gonna execute. Get out there. Get the game plan down. And go out there and just try to play like nothing special.
KJ, just with all the yards that Dalvin chewed up yesterday, how did the downfield blocking go, and how have you come along in that area in the league?
Right. Again, we know the type of back that we have back there, and even Alexander Madison. We know our backs can pop it at any time. So that's something that we talk about in our receiving room, and just to pop those big plays. Once they break through, the initial line, the receivers are what pop the big plays. Something can break for 10 or 15, but if the receiver, if we come up and blocking the safeties or getting the corners, it could be a potential explosive play. So that's something that we know that's important. I think that we're progressing at that. I think I gave up one of Madison's. I think he could have had a bigger run. I put my hands on the guy more. It's like, dang, like I'm gonna get you next time. But again, like we know our bats can pop it. We get on them, and they block for us. In the past games, we make sure we show them back to love in the run game.
On a play like the interception on the slant that you were targeted on, to what extent does a receiver kind of feel like they need to own it, and what can be done by a receiver to kind of prevent that thing from happening?
Right. To prevent it from happening, one, I can just run a better route. Great play by 25 on that route. I can try to knock the ball down. Something's just not intercepted. But I mean, it's, you got to own it. That's the game that we in. You make good plays, you make bad plays. But it's a lot of plays in the game. So you have to just keep rolling. You own it. I had some good plays last night, but I'm excited. I have a lot of room to get better. To continue to improve. To be the player that I want to be. So I always own it. Really, I can just run a better route for Kirk.